Right, game number one, Kynesie Lucas. And let us hop in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for a special stream today. This is the part of the ESOC 1v1 Challenge Cup tournament, but this is casted midweek. This is casted on Thursday, the 11th of February, and today is a special day. It is ESOC's birthday. I believe ESOC was formed around 6 years ago, but I may be a bit mistaken on the dates. Oh well, doesn't matter. That's for the history books. Today is the present, and today is the turn of Kynesie versus LukasL. So, game number one in this series in Group C. Kynesie spawning to the top right of the map Manchuria in the colour blue, playing as the Portuguese. His opponent, Lucas, in the colour yellow, playing as the Chinese civilization. Let's see what's going on between these two players. Lucas's monk moving to the mid-map, picking up livestock. More livestock being picked on the west-hand side of the map. There's a disciple running around somewhere, and he's already crossed that top side of the map. And Kynesie dropping down a Age 1 trading post as the Portuguese. Not chopping any wood here. Looks like Kynesie is already going for a 10-10 in mind. So a very aggressive age up. Now is Kynesie going to be aging up and trying to control map, go aggressive, catch Lucas by surprise? Is he going to go water? Is he going to turtle up with walls? We're going to find out. But Kynesie is certainly moving his yaks back. Probably going to delete the yak actually, just to ensure he gets to food as fast as possible. We'll check his deck in a bit and see what kind of deck he has. Meanwhile though, Lucas, village at home to get the one villain. Is he going for a second village? He's got 160 wood stacked up. Oh, there's the 40 wood treasure to give him the extra wood required to drop down a village. Villages are now costing 180 wood in this patch. Will he drop it down, or is he going to go for a trading post? He's going north with his explorer. I think he's going for a trading post here, but he's coming back to pick up a yak. So just the one village, northern refugees, first shipment here for Lucas, and then going to go for a trading post. Kynesie finding the disciple here for Lucas. Lucas be trying to pull it back, but I did see that Kynesie, first card, it's already in. It is Schooners, and let's see what deck that Kynesie is repping here. Oh, look at that. What a water deck we have from Kynesie here. 5 cards, Age 1. We have Advanced Dock, Schooners, Whale Oil. We also have Rendering Plan, Second Age, Ship Combat, our other standout cards. So, looks like Kynesie playing for the water this game, having shipped Schooners card number 1. So, Lucas, China on this map is a very nice pick. Like, look at the yaks Lucas has got. He's got 9 yaks, and obviously the Age 1 goats. All the livestock slots on his 2 villages are already taken up by livestock. This goat's about 90 food. The yaks nearly about 100. So Lucas could eat a couple yaks to get a fast age up if he chooses. And actually, Lucas, he cancelled the trading post. He went for a second village, most likely due to the amount of yaks he has under his control. Looks like A's has finished his stream, and all you guys are joining us. This is game 1 in the Group C match between Lucas and Kynesie. The first time these two players are appearing on stream for this tournament. It'll be nice to see how they're going on. Lucas is working his way on a 75 coin treasure guarded by 2 black bears. Very likely that Lucas had scouted this treasure a long time ago while out on the map collecting yaks, but no need to get the coin treasure this early. Get it in transition, and I'm sure Lucas will be going for a very fast fortress. Meanwhile, Kynesie aging up to the commerce age. Went for the 10-10 age up there. Dropped down a house. Docks come down. The first fishing boat's out on the water. Villagers staying by near these trees. Could we see this villager tactically walling around this area? There's some nice trees to wall. There's some cliffs to wall here, possibility. Actually, speaking of which, this villager is moving forward. Is he going to go for a second dock? Looks to be a second dock, actually. And there's wood crates at home to gather up, so Kynesie seems to be double docking on Manchuria here. And very standard stuff here from Kynesie. Dropping a defensive second town centre right on top of the silver mine as well. So instead of Kynesie pushing that town centre forward onto the water, onto guarding his docks, he's deciding to play somewhat defensively here and keeping his two town centres close. And I think that decision will pay off very well versus a Chinese opponent. Looks like there's only 3 villagers building this summer palace instead of the usual 4 that we may come to expect. In transition, going for a trading post. Has the wood available to... Oh, I'm on Kynesie's. But I still think he's going for the trading post in transition. Yes, he is. Chopping woods. Going to throw out that trading post now with the 200 wood. And then probably transition all those villagers back onto food and coin. Still needs another 175 coin. And the 700 coin shipments age up. But I think he can eat quite a few yaks just to supplement his food income. It's begun, guys. The Great Wall of China. No, the Great Wall of Portuguese. What am I talking? Kynnesie's playing Portugal here, but I've already seen a nice long line of wall segments. So Kynesie booming on the water, playing very defensive with walling and town centres already. Struggling to find the villager tasked to go build this wall. At the moment, foundations are very nice to look at, but obviously looking from Lucas's point of view, he hasn't seen it just yet, but he wouldn't be able to see these foundations. Disciple getting caught out by Kynnesie's explorer. Nice little pickup that is. 80 food for free. Kynesie won't mind that at all. Both players having a socket on the trading line, making any stagecoach play from either player really relatively hard to go for. Kynesie also just wanted to go on the TP for the extra XP to fund the shipments needed to spam out everything. And look at this, he's already got himself about 14 fishing boats, of course, because he got the second dock down to the south. 14 fishing boats, now sending rendering plant as well. That wall is starting to be built up at home. Double pumping villagers from the 2 town centres as well. No market, no need for a market at this moment. But Kynnesie's eco is looking to be very good at this point. So Kynesie, I think he's just used the spyglass right on top of Lucas's base and moving him with hussars at the same time. So Kynesie actually knows where all of Lucas's villages are. But he's playing against China. China have the villages, the town centre. Very defendable here. Sentries have already been called out, but the paraffin, this paraffin, not the greatest here. Obviously, that's something Lucas couldn't realistically control. And those 2 husks are getting out for free. Looks like Lucas is training a batch of the standard army here. Chukanu, Steppe Riders from the Summer Palace. Kynesie getting those hussars away. Keeping the Explorer interested and having his own Explorer providing ranged damage on top of the sentries. And try and pick these units off before they engage with the hussars. 3 villagers actually a little bit out of position there on the hunting. Could have been a pickup there for Kynesie had he noticed. But Lucas managed to pull those units back. Age Up Wonder dropped down. Porcelain Tower being built by 8 villagers. Hussars going for another raid, and actually this villager behind on the back of this wonder is at risk of going down. Which way is Kynesie going to go? He's going to go around this top side, and he's going for that back villager. He's swinging already. Is he? Ooh, he's going to pull back. Lucas defending with his sentries, but these guys are low HP, and it's all right trade actually for both players. It's not one way or the other. But this age up is delayed as a result of the villagers not building it. Hussars still in the base being annoying. No more pike sentries able to defend. And actually, whether Lucas meant to have Steppe Riders or not, could have had the 3 pikes. But Steppe Riders are getting the snare off town centre. Chukanu is a bit awkward. These husks are getting so much value from Kynesie. Not even to mention the amount of water control that Kynesie has at this moment. It's just swarming. We have 21 fishing boats on the water, gill nets and rendering plants. These fishing boats gathering 0.72 on the coin, and on the food 0.97. So, and whale oil. Wow, these fishing boats gathering coin 80% faster now, I think, than base. The resources are just flying in for Kynesie. Nearly having the resources age up behind here. Still training more fishing boats. Second layer of wall going down. Market on the coast by the trees because I guess Kynasie's going to build next to the water for defensive, and wow, this wall is just going so far along. If Lukas comes up with his army and sees double skin the wall, he's going to be so annoyed. His age up's been delayed. It's up now, but it's been delayed. 1,000 coin. First card with fattened yaks. Fast industrial. I guess that's the play here from Lukas. Has the TP for all the extra experience points. Very nice, keeping his shipment progression moving forward. Let's see what Lukas's deck is like. And training card age 2 does have the Sega Hunt instead of the Manchu, and does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in age 4. But most importantly, he has the infinite Flying Crow shipment for all that extra siege he needs to bust down Kynesie's defensive turtling style. Kynesie, third town centre, being dropped down defensively behind the walls. The walls extending right to the top side of the map, going past his gold mine. I don't think Kynesie is actually too interested in securing the mine for himself. He just wants to block off access to his own base. He's got all the coin he needs. It's on the sea. Long lines have come in as well. These boats are double upgraded and double carded. That is insane. So you can see 1.05 coin per second on the whales, the fishings, 1.17. That's so much food and so much coin incoming for Kynesie. He's aged up to the third age. That town centre has dropped down. The third wall is coming down for Kynesie, and he's soon got the resources to go straight to the fourth age. No barracks, no stables, no nothing. Just pure eco here from Kynesie and pure defensive turtle play. The fourth wall is at the front of the base as well. What is this classic stuff? Wow. Jezebob's saying, without announcement, what's going on here? Well, Noel, I posted in Discord. It's an ESOC birthday stream. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. 30 boats out on the water. All the coin slots on the whales are taken up as well. And I like this from Kynesie. It just prolongs the life of the foods in the ocean as well, which in turn extends the generic amount of resource or the time you can sit on the water gathering resources. So it's as if Kynasie's played water before. He knows what he's doing. And Lukas thinking, yes, I'm in the fourth age. Lovely jubbly. Got a clean, fast industrial, many yaks. I'm in a fantastic position. It's hard to say. Scores are equal, and I think Kynesie with his boat boom here is in a really strong position. Now getting some market text, hunting dogs is coming in. Bastion's been researched as well. It's funny that you can see it's actually been researched in this little wall segment here. That's kind of cute. But come on, Lukas, you need to get that push moving as fast as possible. First card, is it going to be the Flying Crows, maybe Changdao's? Oh, Rat and Shields. Rat and Shields' first card here for Lukas. Don't think it's going to provide him the siege that he needs. And he's seen now. He's seen 1, 2, 4 wall segments. But he hasn't seen the 4 layers of bastion walls. What classic this is. Oh my god, that is 30,000 worth of HP just to go for a straight line from here into the base. But that could be more walls, more town centres. 5th wall being constructed deep inside the town centre area. 2 coves being pushed forwards, walls being extended top side. And Archibald says with 10 siege, we might be here for a couple days, ladies and gentlemen, while we wait for this wall to be thrown down. No shipments in Lukas's deck as well to put any pressure on the water. Docks, house, stable still here for free. Here come the Rats and Shields, hoping to get an opening on the top side. And there actually probably is an opening on the top side, but it will take a while for him to run all the way to the top side. He's got Dimak. He hasn't researched Dim-Mak just yet, but I think he's going to be researching it. That'd be a great play for Lukas to get the 50% hand attack bonus on those disciplined rat and shields, but I don't think they're going to help these units' siege capability. Just moving top side, picking up one settler there. But behind, the wall's slowly going down, but when one wall falls, another 3 get built. Heavy cannon's been unloaded, 3 kills there, a lot of splash damage as well. This secondary volley, if it does come off, is going to be insane. No, it doesn't. Step Riders get out of there pretty quickly. And the siege from the Flying Crows should be enough to knock this wall down before it being repaired. LukasL Explorer, full HP as well, so good in combat. Here come a couple of veteran Dragoons, no upgrades. Arquebus says, not yet. Honoured, they are incoming at this moment. Lukas does have a second TP for extra XP income, but you don't get XP from knocking down walls, so all this potential that Lukas has, he's just not able to fight at the moment. And if he's not able to fight, he can't get that XP, can't get the XP, then he can't get that shipment progression moving forward. But Kynesie is also in the 4th age, and that's culverins and heavy cannons focusing down 2 Flying Crows. He's training still settlers from 4 town centres. Double Flying Crows getting picked off there by the 2 culverins, 2 heavy cannons. And maybe it's time for hand cannons from Lukas. Villagers now have their circular swap upgrades. They do have their great coats, so always nice to see. Picking one villager off to the south. The villager was able to build the 2 docks, the house, the stable. But that first push from Lukas is age 4 timing attack. Only picking off that 1 wall. 4 still stands. And the factories should be safe behind this. There's 1 on the back line. And I think Kynesie is sending a second soon. Batch of 5 Dragoons trained from the stable instantly getting picked off there. Don't think that's going to hurt the bank of Kynesie too much. Is training of frigates though from his home dock. So 1 frigate being trained. I would like to see a couple monitors as well to try and put pressure on. Yeah, maybe not even a monitor because there's no artillery nearby and there's no buildings to pick off. But triple kill there from the frigate is very nice way to start. And actually quite a lot of his Arquebus says a risk of going down. That's another double kill. So 5 units already picked off. That's the 6th from the frigate. Dragoons still no upgrades at the moment. No arsenal, no Jeanette Dragoons. And here come the hand mortars, but a villager has built the wall again. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Just watching Pink Lukas. Does have honoured hand mortars, but instead of having 5, he might need 50 at this point to actually make a proper dent into the wall. But at least having honoured hand mortars can actually contest versus the artillery of Kynesie. So Flying Crow, hand mortar, arquebusier combination. 3 get picked off there from the culverins. Focus to culverins, not the heavies. Yeah, there we go. He just needs another batch of 5 crows moving forward to engage with the heavy cannons. And should be able to pick them up quite quickly, but the culverins have gotten so much value already. Just turn around and double. Oh, another 2 crows down and 1 culverin still standing here for Lukas. It just doesn't have the siege now to go through that first layer of wall. Jeanette's moving forward, getting a couple of pot shots on the rat and shields in the latest patch. Dragoons, they do now counter rat and shields quite convincingly. These rat and shields now class as shock infantry. And so Dragoons with their... No, they don't have a multiplier versus those units. I suppose it's decent half counter to the Dragoons then. No, they don't, do they? No. Rick saying he opens the stream and sees Kynesie go full Kynesie. He's not disappointed, and neither am I. But I feel so sorry for Lukas at the moment. He's got his great timing push, but this doesn't. There's just no way to break this defensive shell that Kynesie has constructed for himself. 4 culverin royales just easily pathing through triple layer of walls, having to wait for the massive hand mortars to build up. Kynesie, he does now have... Lukas does now have a triple town centre producing villagers, but he's gone through all the yaks, so that initial yak timing he had is, well, been and gone. He's already gone through about 6 flying crows, 4 from the shipment, 2 from the Confucian Academy. Another crow shipment's coming in. These rats and shields have just not been able to make contact with any of Luke's Kynesi's units, to be honest. Rattans are engaging through a couple of artillery pieces through the wall. That's probably the best that Lucas is going to get, and he's lucky to happen. But the rest of Kynesie's Castador Goon army is just retreating through the walls. Let's look at Kynesie's economy. He's just got 91 villagers. All the fish on the sea have gone, but the whales are still gathering. Yeah, he's no shortage of coin here. Training another 3 Orkan guns, soon to be... And he could upgrade them to revolts at some point. But for the time being, organ guns are ripping through the Disciple Changdao red coat composition here. So on hand mortars, they have 34 ranged. Culverins, last time I checked, they had 30. They also have 34 range. So I don't really think hand mortars can ever win a artillery on artillery fight versus Culverins. It's not like Kynesie are going to be short on artillery at this point. He might even have 2 artillery foundries. He's got so much resources and coin from the sea pumping into artillery pieces. Rat and Shields moving forward. Kynesie just pulling back. 5 Orkan guns here, can turn and fire onto the Rat and Shields. That'd be a nice pickup if he goes for it. Turn and fire. Is he going to go for it? He's not just yet. I think he's microing his Culverin onto the Flying Crow pieces. And he's got another batch of 4 Culverins, so 5 Culv Royales out in total. Disciples just in open ground here. They don't know if they can push forward or not. And I think this prolonged push here from Lukas with no success at the walls of Kynesie's wall spam here is just signifying that he's losing his steam. He had that time in the tempo, had a brief tech advantage, but his Flying Crow mass has been picked off so effectively by Kynesie's Culverin control. It's been very impressive, and another Flying Crow being picked off here. Hand mortars, they're not the strongest versus buildings, and that's a triple kill there from a Culverin Royale. 2 more Flying Crows being pushed forward, but there's no Culverin support here from Lukas, and that's another Flying Crow gone, and going to be another kill as well. Guard Castor's coming out from Kynesie. Doesn't feel the need to go into Jeanette Dragoons just yet. Gunpowder combat from Kynesie, and he's just now pushing forward and actually taking trades versus the Honoured Arquebusiers, and they're getting some good trades here. They're so much stronger. So much stronger. And the thing is, with Lukas, he's so invested into Arquebusier, hand mortars, Flying Crows, that if Kynnesie's pulled out a Guard Hussars, which he's doing right now, Lukas will have no answer for it whatsoever. He does have 18 Changdaos in his deck to stabilise if he does see some Hussars, but Kynnesie's starting to push out now. But that's what you get with 106 villager eco versus 60 Vil eco, and Kynesie also has the double factories at home on upgraded coin as well. So he's got the whales, 2 factories on upgraded coin. I don't think Kynesie needs to drop down in a plantation at all at any point. He does have the coin at the top, and he's actually mining it with placer mine villagers. So no need to invest lots of wood into plantations. Here come the Honoured Meteor Hammers, and they look lovely in their guard skins. But there's enough Dragoons here to deflect them. We'll be able to pick off quite a few artillery kills, so very good trades there for Lukas. But they do get picked off. Kynesie moves back, and the remass from Portuguese player is just going to be that much larger here from Lukas. His only option here, I can see, is a trade monopoly victory. And I think that is what Lukas needs to try and do just to have any chance. You could say going for it will end the game and get the resign out of Lukas, but playing into the hands of Kynesie of attacking its defensive warders is certainly not going to work out as well. Here come the Guard Hussars. There's no anti-cavalry here support for Lukas, and Guard Hussars with the Guard upgrade and Cav Harass. Soon to be Dragoon combat, I feel, from Kynesie. Would be a nice shipment for him to send. And just rip through everything that Lukas has. More Hussars, more Culverin. Another 4 Culverins. That's 1600 coin, that is, the 4 Culverins. Just protect himself from the 4th layer or 5th layer of outer walls being breached. Wow, I think Kynesie has been practicing a lot for this tournament and seems to be in great form. The GG gets called and the game is over. So, Kynesie getting the 1-0 at that point. Let's just look at that post game and see how the villager timeline for both players occurs, and you just see that boat boom. The 10-10 age up from Kynesie with the trading post. It just doesn't feel that a Portuguese player going for a 10-10 is actually sacrificing eco, because what sacrifice? He just starts his boat boom a lot earlier. You can see the docks being thrown down, the 400 woods, the 700 wood shipment comes in, and just spamming units continuously. So at this point, 2 settlers and 2 fishing boats at the same time. Age up to the 3rd age only about a minute after Lukas is, to be honest. At this point, there's now, when Lukas ages up, there's now 3 layers of wall. When he pushes, Bastion comes in. I mean, Kynesie gets to the 4th age and just plays on afterwards in the safety of his own base and the resources gathered. It's going to be pretty stark here. Oh, look at that difference. Even once Kynesie gets to the 4th age, it's looking a bit hairy at that point, but the increase, the divergence between the 2 lines are just increasing at this point, and the Kynesie's eco at that time is much greater than what Lukas can achieve at that point. Lukas pushing in with a time push, but could have gone a bit faster. Went Ras and Shields first, and he wasn't aware of the 4 layers of wall. I don't want to go in and say too much, but just wasn't aware of the 4 layers of wall. And maybe an earlier committal to hand mortars, flying crows would have achieved much, but then you just leave yourself open to Culverin Hussars, and that's what the Ras and Shields were great for, was body blocking any other types of infantry and military units. So it's a really hard one to call there for Lukas and his playstyle. Maybe, does he go H2? Does he take TP line, Stagecoach, and play H2 with the recent China H2 buffs? Push H3, go standard play? Who knows? We'll have to. That's something for us to consider at a later point. But for the time being, Kynesie takes that first game 1-0. God, don't you love that overlay which Noah has put to us? Right, let's go into game number 2. Right, we are in game number 2. The map is Fertile Crescent. We have Kynesie playing as the Japanese civilization spawning to the south of the map in the colour blue. Kynesie won the last game, of course, as the Portuguese, and so has chosen to go as the Japanese on this map. Lukas counter-picking here with the Aztecs spawning into the north side of the map. Early community plaza being thrown down, picking up a 50 coin treasure. Eagle Scout is scouting to the north side. It's very standard stuff here from Aztec. Look at the map. Forward hunt. That's his 2nd hunt there. 3rd is quite safe on the far side of his starting strip of land. The 4th will be on his trading post. Kynesie's 2nd hunt, obviously it's only still Japan, but that's a nice 2nd hunt. He's really shrined his starting hunt where you put a Toshogo Shrine if you're going for that playstyle, so it's actually quite lucky he's got his 2nd hunts to go for that. Yeah, he's now picking up a 100 food, or he didn't miss that food crate. But the lack of wood chopping, the lack of a consulate, and the early shrine indicates Kynesie is not going for the consulate build. Could still go for Toshogo Shrine. I've seen that done before. But the flavour of the month at the moment is the Torii Gates. Go for a fast ager, Torii Gates, Samurai out in the field putting pressure. And that could actually spoil Lukas's day in his forward war hut as Aztec. We'll have to wait and see how that develops. 80 wood treasure here. Aggroes the tigers, but takes quite a lot of damage on this monk. Down to 133 HP already. Japan monks, they have the stun ability, but they recharge very quickly. I'm surprised I'm not seeing any stuns out for the moment from Kynesie. But he has got some good kiting on the tiger, but the Divine Strike has already picked off the tiger, and only one of these stuns was ever used. And I think when you have the ability for Divine Strikes as Japan and criticals as China, just make use of that stun anytime you get it. Second kill there, 80 wood, and that's likely to be another set of shrines here for Kynesie. And it just shows how strong this opening kind of playstyle from Japan is in difference to their consulate build. Everything goes a bit faster, there's more shrines gathering resources, you get to... he's sending villagers instead of the heavily cami, so that's even more initial eco, 2 villagers instead of the slightly better gathering shrines you have at this point. Shrines to food, soon be aging up. We'll have to go for the 800 food age up of the Sugar Shrine instead of the 680 from the Portuguese consulate, but I don't think Kynesie will mind too much at the moment. He's had some decent treasures so far. 20 XP coin on the left hand side. Lukas is nearby for this critical steal. He's going to go for this 20 coin, 20 XP treasure. Kynesie's going for it, and he's got that crucial treasure there. Sense the irony in the voice. Eagle Scout coming in though, but I think Kynesie can poof off. Tory Gate's being thrown down. Tries to throw it down onto the Hunt. The Hunt wants none of it. So it's not like Kynesie can try and hide, but he's going for this aggressive wander with some animals nearby. But most players will be able to tell from the foundation here with the grass and the paving stones. It's the Tory Gates. From Lucas's point of view, if he clicks to wander, it will just say wander ? So if you know your shapes, if you know your designs, you can tell that's the Tory Gates. And Kynesie is going to be a bit more on the front foot this game than his usual defensive playstyle. Checking his deck, he's got 3 cards H1, including Enlist Irregulars. Second age, he has Sustainable Agriculture here, over 300 exports, 7 vills, no coin here, no Ashy support, no Ashy upgrade in the third age, but does have Warring State, Samurai, Daimyo, and Shogun attack and HP. That's a combat card for the Daimyos and Samurai. Refrigeration and Royal Mints. And Samurai's age 4 is Kynesie going to go for a somewhat defensive play into industrial, into Honoured Samurai? I don't know. Maybe it's just a bluff in his deck, but he's aging up Tory Gates. Market coming down. We'll age up and drop that military wagon slightly forward. Lukas is soon to be aging up. Has he actually scouted Kynesie's base? He hasn't scouted it, but I'm sure he's seen this shrine at home from Kynesie and can assume very confidently it's the Samurai age up. Well, he sees it now. He's chasing that Samurai. There won't be a war hut mid-map. Why would you do that? Why would you do... Oh no, Lukas! Siege attack 67 times by 4. This is a huge pickup. Is that war hut not going to go up? It's down to 600 HP each time that Samurai swings. It's nearly completion, but it's actually nearly going down. If that second monk was here as well, that actually would be down by now. 200 HP remaining. No chance of getting the repair off. That Samurai might not live to tell the tale, but that war hut is going down. Oh no, Lukas, you scout the shrine from Kynesie. And you go forward, war hut. Don't get the desired result first time. No worries, try again. Dropping the war hut slightly in a more defensible position, but not in base. And actually, he's going to lose his explorer, so that's more XP for Kynesie here. And this has just been a great start. 150 XP from the Tory Gate age up as well. Who says the Tory Gates is a bad age up there? Completely wrong. And the war hut himself, kill XP 100, so that's another 150 XP for Kynesie. Kynesie's swimming in XP, probably has more XP than Aztec, and has gone defensive racks into Yumi, single layer of wall here, but he's now got the market down, sending 4 vills. He's bought so much time from Lukas. This opening has not gone the way he'd hoped. and actually being so polite and keeping the samurai alive to honor his commitments to the Japanese cause, saying, "Samurai, you have done above and beyond the Call of Duty here. You can relax at home in the safety of Japan." May Sultan's taking down the tiger. 50 coin treasure. I suppose every little helps, but here comes the first batch of spearmen. It's already 6 minutes. One wall has got, layer of wall's gone down, and we have batches of Yumi archers being produced here from Kynesie. He does have another batch being queued up, but he does have enough wood to get a gate in the wall, and he'll soon be at 11 Yumi archers and an eco, which is much better than that of the Aztec player. Somehow, Kynesie has lost his Japan left side. Is unsure how they went down. Looks like accident the tame tiger. So Kynesie went to pick up a treasure, got the treasure, but Lucas's pet managed to finish off this explorer. Couple pikemen moving forward to put siege to the shrine, but Yumi's meet them. We'll trade with the May Sultans, but we'll return into the safety of the walls. And Lucas, with May Sultans of only 16 in range versus Yumi archers of 18, they won't have enough range to deal with these Yumi archers, and these units are safe, and Kynesie can save, right? My opponent is going aggressive here, but I have time to react. And how is he going to react? Shipment nearly ready to go. Could send Yumi archers, could send 20% Yumi archer attack. Daimyo here is also a good shout, upgrades his units and gives a super strong hussar, pseudo hussar into his army. Yumi archer attack is the choice here from Kynesie. That's 20% on his units. Consulate is not down yet from Kynesie, and he's building it right now, so Consulate likely to go with Japan Consulate here for a 7% bonus on his attack as well as being able to spend that Consulate on clubmen, maybe a few Shinobi no Monos, could be used for scouting. Explorer's going to go down. Once that War Chief goes down, that's another 150 XP. That's halfway for another shipment, or probably only a quarter. Two Coyotes on the field alive, just those Yumi archers kiting those, picking off each unit and kiting back into his base. Actually, Lucas does have quite a sizable, massive units here, and Kynesie didn't wall the side of his base, so there is an avenue for Lucas to strike. But he's busy sieging Shrine with pikemen, and with only these handful of units, and town centre fire, defensive minutes, more Yumi archers. Not too sure that's going to happen, but picking off a couple shrines for free is always worth it. Kynesie gating a single wall segment here, because why not? When you have this eco, you might as well. And that's a double kill on the pikeman. Is he going to split his fire up and get more kills? 3. So 3 pikemen, probably about 4 coyotes, 5 mace for a couple Yumis and 3 shrines. It's getting awkward. But both monks are down. That's something Kynesie might want to sort out in a bit, is reviving his monks to get the shrines being built. At the moment, the villagers having to build the shrines on the right-hand side. Abra saying Japan should be able to send their 20% Yumi archer attack twice, and that would be astonishingly strong. And I know the Japanese, they don't have an infantry card like all infantry attack 15%, but 20% on your skirmisher style unit, the Yumi archer, is incredibly strong, as well as being mixed up with daimyo attack and the Japanese consulate. The Yumi archers and the golden pavilion. Who can forget the golden pavilion for Japan as well? That's how the scaling of Japanese units just get out of control so quickly. Was that coin being sent by Kynesie? Yes, it's been coined. So I'm expecting the age up one to be dropped soon behind. And once Kynesie's in the 3rd age, disciplines Yumi, even those clubmen get upgraded to the 3rd age. A couple flaming arrows may be used, but probably triple town centre, Kynesie, full boom, 4 walls. Don't know what Lucas really would want to do at that point. He could go for the double stagecoach, but that would require a lot of investments. I don't think Lucas really has potential. He sent the 600 wood shipment now, being gathered up at home. but 600 wood can only buy you 2 trading posts and a stagecoach upgrade on one line. So I don't think Lucas can really invest into the economic play at this point. Second Warhawk going down, more Coyotes being trained. He needs to keep his Pumas alive. He's got 11 Pumas on the field at the moment, and that's his main battering ram to break through Kynnesie's forward walls. But Kynnesie's aging up at the moment, aging up with the Golden Pavilion. That will provide more Yumi Archers, a boost to Yumi Archers. Kynesie can get veteran Yumi Archers as well. Could even send Way of the Bow as an upgrade. More range, more HP. Those Yumi Archers going from very standard units in the H2 to mightily scary very quickly. Explorer gets awoken. That's nice. But Coyotes are quickly on their tail to pick off this Explorer. Will Kynesie poof it off? He does. Explorer gets home nice and safe. And I think the siege from Lucas is soon to happen. Especially now, seeing that Kynnesie's in the third age. A single samurai being trained by Kynesie here. But I suppose if you see all these Coyotes, a couple of samurais mixed in Yumi Archers, quite hard for the Maze Sultans to focus these down. I'm just seeing 16s everywhere. 26 ranged attack from Yumi Archers, and that's not even, they're not even upgraded disciplines. Oh, units going down everywhere. The clubmen going forwards. The Coyotes are in, but Minutemen being called. There's another gate being thrown down here, being built here. Oh, this is pretty not great viewing to see at the moment. Samwise dropping the sub. There's a hole in the wall. That wasn't finished up. And now it's a actual close combat fight between Coyotes and Yumi Archers. But I think Kynesie has enough mass here to defend. And actually, these couple of... There's a samurai still standing, and these Konsha Yamabushi clubmen are just ripping through the Coyotes. 5 Nagis were about to pop out there from Kynesie. Those pikemen, they probably wouldn't have done much to the Yumi Archers. Could have body blocked and soaking up some fire, but Kynesie had such a strong early engagement. And that samurai from Kynesie, taking down Lucas's mid-war hut, the XP from that, the XP from the War Chief kill on the right-hand side as well. And that's what I want to look at the post-game, is the XP. XP total. So Lucas is in the lead with the treasure gathering, but also the fire pit being dropped at home, the warrior priest dancing for experience. But Kynesie ages up to the Torii gates, struggling to see how this XP came in. There might be a couple buildings being thrown down, but this was the war hut kill. This was the war chief kill. And then these were just units being killed as they trickled in. And just XP means shipments, shipments mean momentum, progression for Kynesie, even squeezing in a couple of 4 villager shipments and matching the shipment progression of Aztec, which are traditionally very strong in terms of XP, getting their shipments out due to the War Chief bonus, providing XP for their units, and the Warrior Priest at home dancing for experience points. Let's have a look at, can I see that card progression? I don't think I can. I might be able to guess it. Yeah, 2 villagers, 600 wood, 4 villagers, Yumi Archer attack, 600 coin, age up. 5 Nagis was his first card to stabilize in the third age, but didn't pop out into the field. That's a really nice game there, and well played from both players, and, well, obviously well played for Kynesie for picking up the game there. We'll move on into game number 3. Right, we are in game number 3. Wow, we've seen the Portuguese, we've seen the Japanese, and now we have the Incanese spawning into the west of the map in the colour blue on Baja California. Lucas, his opponent, playing as the Haudenosaunee, or the, if you're a fan of Aussie Drongo, Hadonays as he now pronounces them. I think I'm going to stick with Hadders. Lucas sending an explorer north side. Is he going to go for a trading post? I don't think so. This is classic dock building maps, and Lucas has gone for the dock. I would have preferred to see the dock slightly towards the middle of the map for training purposes, but that doesn't matter. Getting those fishing boats out nice and early. Finds an 80 wood treasure. That's an extra fishing boat age 1. That is basically a villager treasure, so that's a great pickup there for Lucas. Be very happy to see that treasure. Kynesie with his Incan Explorer, meanwhile, poking down a couple cougars. 80 wood for himself. Is this the game where Lucas has a bigger fish boom than Kynesie does? One catch, a house down, but he's gathering the resources very quickly for the 4 villager shipment age 1. 180 of the food, wood and coin. What treasures he seen here? 30 coins. So he can pull his coin gatherers off very soon once he gets to 180. Already herding in the forward pronghorn hunt. Very nice. Scouting with the llama. Now, I want to see how much scouting that llama's done, because that's a really nice use of that extra unit. And I think scouted just top here and just to the middle of the map just to see any of these big treasures and try and scout out what this treasure in his forward position is. But yeah, has the coin, nearly gets into food now. We'll be able to click that research button very quickly, and may actually eats this llama for an extra 80 food, so you can get that next villager in queue without any idle time. Let's see what it's going to do. And actually, let's see Inca's deck. So we get to see all of... Wow. Whoa. Kynesie is like 30 odd decks. I don't know how many variations. There's Team Water Llama, Team Water, Team X3. I'm not going to even bother looking through that. Deck's been chosen. Schooner's first card advance dock. There's Fish Market, Water Ceremony. We have Salt Ponds, Villagers and Fishing Boats gathering faster from animals. That's a big upgrade there is. 2 town centres, age 3 is very, very nice. A couple stronghold upgrades as well, it looks like. Machu Picchu card, Cloud Fortress, and the High Ground. So is this going to be classic defensive Inca water laming playstyle from Kynesie? Is he going to contest that north side of the sea where Lucas is fishing? Is he going to respect Lucas's fishing and say, okay, you have the top side, I'm going for the bottom side? Schooners is in. Meanwhile, looking at Lucas's deck and see what he's playing with. He does have the Buccaneers and the War Canoes in the 3rd age, so he does have 2 shipments, but the age 3 pirate ships, or the age 2, but the pirate ships, you can send the 3 of them, so strong. And that could be a very tactical way for Lucas to wrestle control of one side of the water, but when you're playing on the map with 2 separate water ponds, boats can't cross the land, unfortunately, so you have to pick a side and commit to it. Don't worry, you may think the recording the game's going very slow, but it's just Kynesie snaring Lucas's opponent. And I almost want to say he's going into cover mode just to make it even slower and just trying to reduce damage, but that makes no sense because that's only range damage. Getting close to his town centre, villagers in the town centre try and pick off extra damage on Kynesie's Explorer, but that's just slowing his own age up. Well, he's aging up at the moment. He's aging up the Messenger. Time Kynesie gets out of here. Okay, now Kynesie is in cover mode. And he manages to successfully get out of the way. But Kynesie is going to turn around. He's on low HP. The age up's very close to coming in. And yes, the HP jumps up by 250. So that Aero Explorer very happy to take that engagement. Kynesie is aging up slightly slower. First layer of wall being dropped down here from Kynesie. First dock being thrown out, down to the southern side. And we have a villager. Sneaky, sneaky. There's villagers on a fishing mission to the north side as well. So Lucas, who could have dropped a dock over here. Ooh. Oh, is that an early canoe? Lucas is prepared for this one. An early canoe to deny this dock here from Kynesie. That is super smart. That is super smart. And 100 wood is a large committal, it has to be said. You don't want to make that investment if it's not going to pay off, but that's already paid off if he keeps active eye and active scouting on the coastline and deny a dock. That is so important. Another villager moving down to the southern side of this map to drop a dock on the south side of this western pond. Meanwhile, back in base for Lukas. What's he doing? He's going for a second canoe. Has Lukas actually scouted this? I don't think he's... He may have bumped into a villager moving past, but he's got one canoe sat on the coast to the top side, another canoe sat to the coast here. Okay, does see the villager. Kynesie sees it as well. He's pulling back. Lukas sees the villager. The game is up for Kynesie. He knows he cannot dock that top side, so 200 wood has secured him that entire pond, so that is certainly very worth it in that case. So what is Kynesie going to do in the meantime? I guess chop some wood or hunt. There's not really much else you can do at this point. Just finds in a tree and slowly going to work on it. Defensive war hut. Only one catcher at the moment for Kynesie. He needs to get another house down ASAP. Is a house being built at some point? Catcher house going down the coast. There's the second catcher house being built. So he's getting that food income from the catchers. He does have Ginger Brew in his deck, but I don't think he's going to send it, actually. I think he wants to fully invest into the water and the water eco at this point. Going for fish market ahead of salt ponds is questionable. Extra 5% on the eco for your fishing at the expense of not having 20% on your villagers, but there's no villager hunting apart from one. So once again, I am wrong here. Looks like Kynesie is going full wood eco on the 600 wood and the villagers chopping, and is just going to spam out the catcher houses and the docks. And actually, it's the catcher houses as well which makes the full chopping into wood make sense. So yes, that is why you'd be going fish markets at this point over salt ponds, is all your villagers are chopping wood for the catcher house boom and fishing boat boom at the same time. War hut dropped down on the north side, and Kynesie's going for the contestation, looks like. Lukas won't be aware of it. He won't see it. It's too far away. And Kynesie just knows his stats. This is essentially just out of line of sight of the canoe. Low HP, and that might be enough cover for Kynesie to drop down a dock. These explorers are still at it again. Oh no, it's the chassis. I think that chassis is going down, and the Air Explorer does manage to pick it up. But maybe Kynesie was keeping this explorer pinned down for Kynesie's explorer to charge in, and these two titans in the battlefield will go at it once again. The prize, 100 XP for the winner. But Kynesie pulls back. Lukas pulls back. Meanwhile, Lukas's base, more fishing boats being produced. Total fishing boats at the moment, 8 fishing boats. No gill nets from here from Lukas at the moment. His card progression, 5 villager, all resources, having 37 villager population compared to Kynesie's. Let's have a look at Kynesie's. Kynesie also has 37 villager population, but having 5 catchers as well. Catchers essentially a slow berry gatherer. Maybe an eco of about 42 villagers now. Chimu runner and a single plume spearman, just enough to put pressure on the trading post and to maybe pick off an explorer. Chibu is engaging with the explorer. No snare on the explorer though, so explorer can run away. Crackshot is available for Lukas to get some splash damage. Is that another Chimu runner? It's another Chimu runner, another single Chimu runner. A couple of tomahawks coming up from behind. But 100 XP for Kynesie is certainly the prize he was looking for. Has to leave the trading post, but Lukas also investing resources into the tomahawks. The dockers. Oh, this is cheeky. Can I get shift? Look at that dock. Look at that dock placement. Hate the player's high scroll speed bug, but damn, can't scout that one. Kynesie, he builds walls and builds docks and cliffs. Here come the Chincha rafts. Let me try and get back to this normal way of looking at it. Yep, that's about it. Chinchas moving down to disrupt Lukas's fishing eco. These boats are insane. Very, very fast fire rate as well as splash damage. These are just like the perfect anti-fishing boat ships you can find. And all these fishing boats from Lucas will have to go into the dock just to get defensive fire. Kynesie now sending advanced warships, improved warships. Single canoe, that's not going to stop these Chinchirafts. And once a Chinchiraf gets taken down, he just goes down to the dock and repair it. Just gets out of the line of sight due to 8 movement speeds. He can evade the dock fire pretty fast. Chimney Runner's going straight into Lucas's empty open base. No wars here from Lucas, and there's 3 villagers on the top side at risk of getting picked off here. No snaring from the Chimney Runners is not really helping this situation. The villagers are running away from the Tomahawk mast instead of towards them. 2 villagers for a handful of Chimney Runners, probably even trade, but I think Kynesie would be happier with that one. In the south side though, again, fishing boats fully, the sea's under his control. Many fishing boats are now going into long lines, already having researched gill nets and sending fish market. Could even send salt ponds afterwards as the next card. What would his next card be? It wouldn't be the 700 coin, I don't think. Could be water ceremony, actually. Water ceremony or salt ponds. Maybe Catcher House Brewing or Chinchilla House Brewing would be great when he has the full Catcher houses being thrown down. But I'll leave the experts of the defensive sea, eco play Kynesie, show us what's going on. But in the meantime, another Chimney Runner raid into Lucas's eco. This is brutal. 6.5 Coyote Runner style units running away from 4-speed Tomahawks and villagers. When you're playing against a native civilization, it's quite hard for them to get their Greatcoats equivalent, the Spirit Medicine. It costs a bit more resources. Lucas is now he's now out of fish in the corner and can't get out onto the rest of the ocean. And Kynesie, he's a mind. He's got 3 boats here, 8 boats topside, 3 Chinchirafts. They're still fighting over the middle trading post, but Lucas is so desperate to hold on to. It's the only thing Lucas really has. Could go for stagecoach play, possibly. But Chimney Runners once again going into the base for another villager raid, and might actually get 2 here because of paraffin issues. Luckily, gets both those villagers into the war huts, preventing Lucas from able to gather up his coin crates he received from the all resources shipments. He sent it twice? Is that a bug or something? No, he can't send that shipment twice. No, maybe it's just the coin shipment he sent as well, and the icon is a bit off. So it may have been gun coin, but no. Actually, I think he sends it, cancelled it, and then sends it again. That would probably explain that. God, just saying, real problem in this matchup is Inca are better late game due to the catchers and plants trickle from the plantations. I don't think we're going to be going that late. I don't think plantations having the passive coin trickle is going to be the deciding factor in this game when there's whales on the map. Look at this idle fishing fleet here from Lucas. Lucas just can't really deal with what's going on in the water. Got to the 3rd age though. Got to the 3rd age and now is jumping straight to the 4th age, aging up with the chief. Meanwhile, Kynesie, he himself got to the 3rd age just a little bit later in his own time, but that's okay. He's got the eco to jump to the 4th age at some point himself. Only dropping a market now at 12 minutes. 12-minute market. Chimney Runners are still being an absolute pain in the backside, running everywhere and running Lucas ragged. Lucas decides he's had enough. He's going to wall up his base. But walling the base is going to be quite difficult when you've got Chinchirafts occupying the entire coast. Lucas thinks he can sneak some boats off to gather in peace, but he'll be greatly mistaken at this point. The entire sea is under Kynesie's control. A couple of elite Tomahawks being made. Elite Jungle Bowman here for Kynesie's coming in. Age up with the Travois. I think Lucas age up with some villagers. I think that's the age 4 age up he went for there. 2 shipments for Lucas, going to go for the 5 light cannons, likely into 16 Tomahawks, has resources to go for the champion Tomahawks, if he so chooses. Artillery foundry coming down, so more cannon production. Could actually research champion light artillery, or was it field guns? Yeah, it's essentially the champion upgrade. And there's a stronghold. Kynesie has built a stronghold right in the path of where Lukas wants to be pushing. I'll see. Lukas will only see the stronghold once he pushes through and probably loses about 4 or 5 tomahawks to it. Kynessie's just, it feels like he's like 3 steps ahead. I remember the funny YouTube comment saying that is Lukas map hacking. He seems to always be 2 steps ahead of his opponent H. But Kynesie is even further ahead, 3 steps ahead at this point. Lukas pushing in. But there's a stronghold here waiting for these units. Military units could even garrison the... Oh, has he got it? Oh my god, he's got the... He's got the Cloud Fortress. This fortress is hidden. I suppose Lukas does have his War Chief to expose it. But there's a risk of if he goes together at the same time, actually could pop so many units straight into the war hut. Has he seen it? He doesn't see it. He will. He doesn't see the Chimu go into the war hut. This is crucial. Oh, this is the game right here and here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I don't know what's going to happen. Kynessie's 4th age. That's going to pull the trigger for Lukas. Lukas is going to be moving forward. Scout top side. We're riding with Lukas here. Now he sees it. Chimu's straight onto light cannon here. Chimu's blocking top side as well, but no snaring. They can just run straight for the tomahawks as if they're nothing. Right onto the field guns. That's 2 going down. The other 2 are likely to go down. That's a quad kill there for the Chimu runners. These tomahawks, they are champion tomahawks, but the bowmen now come out to snipe them once the cannons have gone down. And take a bow, Kynesie. Take a bow. That was beautifully executed. Wow, 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 wow. What do we just see here? A couple more field cannons going through a gate to keep them alive. Chimu runners are great, but they can't run through walls. Well, not yet. Let's not give too many ideas to devs. But wow, wow, wow. Cloud Fortress into Chimu pop on artillery. You can't even ask more than that on a competitive level. Korex will be proud. A couple of Hurakas getting nuked there by the field cannons. This play has been absolutely fantastic, but unfortunately behind this though, well, I mean, it's been fantastic from Kynesie, and behind this, Kynnesie's eco is just, it is off the charts. He's got all the fish on the south side. There's still fish available, but once again, Kynesie has saturated the whales, which prolongs the life of the fish. It's just really smart play from Kynesie, maximising the resources he has at his disposability, and could even go to the 5th age at this point. He's halfway there. I don't think he will. And, oh, he's fallen for the same trick twice. No. Oh, that's such a bummer for Lukas. Falling for the... And surely... Did Lukas just see those units pop into, like, Finn's space? They're like, where'd they go? Where'd they go? Explorer moving forward just to unscout this one. But we have a stronghold with 17... damage attack, 6 arrows with a splash damage area of effect, so probably 2-shot kill tomahawks, but we'll get a clump of them. Field cannons are now finally able to fire onto this stronghold from a safe distance, and yes, it looks like the attack isn't the greatest at the moment with the lack of units in it, but able just to give Kynesie all this time behind. Let's check that second card Kynesie has sent. It is the high ground. High ground of Inca buildings grants them additional line of sight and attack range. I wondered how far this building's now attacking. 27 range. Luckily, though, Lukas's units can... Oh. Kynesie could be... Okay, he cancelled that and went into the 2 covered wagons, but it says... that might be an improvement upgrade. My Inca knowledge is very poor. A 9k HP, so he's upgraded the HP of this building. But I'm thinking soon, Incans, they could get their own 4 light cannons out from the stronghold and pick off these hero units from Lukas. Huraka's coming out from the forward stronghold. Anti-artillery here, and just going to Shrek this 1 field cannon. That's going down. That's half the siege output straight away. Not yet scouted by Lukas. And the second field cannon's going down. And now if Lukas wants to take down this stronghold, he needs to go and do it the hard way. But wow, this stronghold is much stronger now. 30 range attack with 2 splash damage and still 6 arrows. And that's only going to increase with more units chilling out inside. And the repair. He can repair this. Repair the stronghold back to full HP. Plus 8,000 HP and off he goes. Don't you just hate watching this if you're a fan of Lucas and traditional playstyles? This must be so frustrating to play against. It's just so mesmerising to watch, though. One jungle bowman right side, picking off a couple more champion tomahawks. The poison. No. Oh, it's the chinch. It's a chincharat hiding. It's hiding. What is this? Oh my god. Bowman running away from champion tomahawks back to the safety of Machu Picchu here. 4 upgrades and cars. Yeah, Lucas calls it. I don't blame him. I really don't blame him. 91 villagers there for Kynesie, and we go to Lucas, and he's only got the 45. Does have lots of resources, but no real way to safely deal with Incan defenses if it can hide in the clouds and pop out and take out your artillery like that. That's naughty to see. But that was really well played. And look at the town centre count from Kynesie as well. 4 town centres. Yeah, 4 town centres. Quadruple pumping villagers. Access to both sides of the sea. Saturated the whales on the south side as well. And Lucas thought he was going to keep the south sea by the 2 canoes. And yeah, little did he know, the forward war hut into dock, into the cliff, into OP boats, which are really, really super strong and probably should still be nerfed further. Yeah, he couldn't hold on, and the stronghold play. Don't you just love to see the master at work? Managing to put the stronghold into stealth, and once the unsuspecting army of Lucas is approaching it, unpop Chima runs straight onto the 4 artillery pieces. Stronghold firing onto the tomahawks. Bowman coming out once the artillery have dealt with to pick off even more tomahawks. Lucas is in full retreat, and Kynesie is in full boom mode afterwards, as he's now given the time to boom behind it. So, excellent play there from Kynesie. Chalk and cheese, it looks like, and it looks like Kynesi's in top form in this tournament. And actually, given that LukasL lost his opening round to Kyster, Kynesie now dunking it on Lucas. Kynesie's in the driving seats to take this group, it feels like. That's what it feels like. And of course, Kynesie taking the 3rd game there. And the series. It is a best of 5. Hoping for more games, but looks like it's just going to be the 3 games here. Look at this pop. Lucas from 34 military population down to 11 after those 4 artillery pieces and tomahawks being picked off. Does get reinforcing batch of artillery, and the 16 tomahawk shipments are remassed very quickly. But it felt he just couldn't push the stronghold. The stronghold had the range. Incas had the possibility of going to cannons themselves. The Hurakas came out and picked off the cannons for basically free. And we'll go into the ore resources as well. Yeah, completely different. Lucas is ahead, though, early on due to the earlier water play, but then the crate eco to get him up to the 4th age. But by the time Lucas has gone to the 4th age and losing a couple of villagers due to those Chima raids, yeah, tough for him to recover from that. A gifted sub to Froggy Man TV. So, Froggy, you're a lucky man today. ExoDVS giving you the sub. Yeah, look at the villager population from Lucas, losing the sea. Most of these villager kills are from the sea on the top side, but probably also lost quite a few land villas, maybe 5, 6 total from the Chima raids. And meanwhile, Kynesie booming behind, increasing his economic potential and just securing out the win with that great stronghold play in the 4th age.